So this is a bicep machine preacher curl. You're going to get a million variations of this, but they're all fairly similar. The real indicator of something being a preacher curl is two things. Number one, the elbow is going to be relatively high in relation to your torso. So if my elbow is more down by my side, it's not really a preacher curl. So the elbow being more up in front of me is your first sign that it's a preacher curl machine. The second more important one is that there's something directly to lean it on. So this, no matter what variation I'm doing, dumbbell, barbell, it's always going to be a preacher, okay? So elbows in front of the body, something to support the elbow, that is going to be a preacher curl. The seat height is very, very important in this movement. So if I were to set the seat far too low, hey, not exactly fucking ideal for myself. My arm's gonna snap in half trying to get up. Same thing applies if I go far too high, okay? So now there's a bit of a gap in here under the arm, and as I do the movement, my elbow's gonna be moving around. I want it to be so that it's in line with this. So I want my arm to naturally lie across that pad comfortably. So if I'm sitting here, that seems to lie fairly laterally there. I might want to go a tiny bit higher, but I'll wait till I do a rep or two to find out. So now there's a nice straight line. There's snug in here. There's no room for it to move, okay? And now what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing the handles. I can go wider, I can go narrower, it doesn't really matter. For me personally, I think it's better narrower because you have a nice straight line from wrist to elbow to shoulder. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna curl this up towards my nose. I'm bringing the handle to my nose, not my nose to the handle. People do the chicken head curl where they go to here and then go, oh, and reach it. You're losing half the rep, okay? So that for me, when I moved up, see when I got to the top, my elbow come up slightly off the pad. That's a sign that it's a tiny bit too low. So I want it to be just that little bit higher, which is what I might have thought at the beginning there when I said that. Now this is probably slightly better for me. Elbows nice and tight to the pad, curling forward, down nice and slow. Two key things, tempo, range of motion. Notice how much of a range I'm getting there, but I'm not losing the tension. So I'm not doing this. You can actually hear me lose the tension. There's no tension on this now. My bicep is not being trained at all. I want to go as close to this point as I can without going to that point. So look at the difference on my hands. Look at how subtle this is. No tension, all the tension. No tension, all the tension. It's an inch, that's all it is. It depends on this stack. I don't want the stack to be touching one another. I want there to always be a little bit of a gap. So I know myself if I'm doing too low at the bottom and I'm losing the tension. And I don't want to do it like this where I come up, nice curl, training the arms real well, and I've just got to rest for a second. As low as I can go without losing the tension. So up, squeeze, down nice and slow. I like about 3 seconds down in these. They will hurt, but that's the right way. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And you'll notice here when I hit the top, right? If I were to move this handle, come down. Notice how close the hand is to the shoulder. I'm getting the full range. I'm going all the way from here, this is the bicep, all the way to there. I'm not stopping here. I'm not doing this, right? And then I'm like, oh, there's the top of my rep. Look at that. It's half of the rep. My bicep is not even remotely shortened. I want as close as I can get to my own shoulder. I want to touch my knuckles on my shoulder if I can. All the way. Okay, like that. All the way like that. You can also do as well single arm bicep preacher machine curls, just like that. Some people actually find them more comfortable. I personally do those. I find I can line them up much better. Just like that, okay? So, slow and controlled, not losing the tension, adjust the seat height to what's appropriate, and that is a machine bicep preacher curl.